Okay, so throughout my career, throughout my pretty much over a decade career of being an entrepreneur, I've been stuck in business, in multiple different businesses, so many times. And when I mean stuck, I mean like I don't know what to do to move forward. I don't know how to move forward. My mind is all lost and confused, and I just feel kind of like in a terrible place. Like I don't know how to get my business to move forward. I physically and literally don't know how to get this thing out of the hole that it is in. And like I said, I've actually been there way too many times. So why am I saying this? Why am I telling you this? Well, I want you to know that I know the feeling that you're in right now because I physically have felt it, and I physically have figured out how to actually get out of this rut and not feel stuck in your business. And if any of that is resonating with you, then I want you to stick around for the whole entire video because we're gonna go over the 3 things that I have figured out that gets me out of feeling stuck, out of feeling in this rut, and how actually to turn your business completely around and start making profit and start making money and really start building your business and then yourself up to now run that business. So who the heck am I? Okay, so my name is Stephen Kinsley and I am the owner of Dorks Social Club. You know, this big sticker right here. So Dorks Social Club, right? We help misfits, so people who do not want to fit in, make money by building insanely bold businesses. And I truly have a passion for helping people who don't want to fit in, who are just like me, who want to grow out their hair and wear cool stuff and whatever, and pretty much not wear a suit and tie every single day, and people who have a passion for business, but maybe it looks a little different. So maybe you own a skate shop, or maybe you want to be an influencer, or you just love art and you love putting your art out into the world. And in my own life, the past, like I said, over a decade, I have only owned and started creative businesses. And again, I have a passion for people who do that as well. So I've owned a couple different recording studios, mixing and mastering studios, stuff like that, a music venue, coffee house, videography and photography business. And I have learned a crazy amount on how to own and operate and actually get unstuck and things like that from running those specific businesses. But then the coolest thing that actually came out of all those businesses is that I found that I actually just love helping people. Okay, so with the recording studio, with the music venue, with the videography business, stuff like that, if it was a band or a different business I was helping create content for, I always found myself, either we were recording or doing whatever, I always found myself spending this much time doing the actual product, and then this much time actually helping out people with their business, right? I found that I have a love and a passion for this, and I just, again, love helping people who have an amazing product but don't know the next steps, the next simple steps that can actually transform their business. So that is who I am in a long blurb. And then speaking of helping people, stick around to the end of the video because I want to talk to you about the social club. It's brand new, it's free, and I'm very excited about it. And that is focused on helping you all out. And yes, it is a free community. And we will talk about that later, but let's get into the 3 things that have gotten me unstuck from my business and again, completely turned around and running forward, sprinting forward with profit, with sales, with social media, with just all of the things. Okay, so the very first thing, and actually I wanna encourage you, if you don't have a pen and paper, get a pen and paper out, because I want to help out people that are focused. I want to help people that are wanting to do this stuff, right? And so take notes, and I want you to actually implement these things, because if you actually implement these things, then you will win, okay? Your business will become unstuck and you will win, I promise. But you have to do these 3 things, and it's actually very, very, very simple. Okay, so the very first thing is you have to refocus your mindset. Okay, so mindset. Yeah, Stephen, we know this, it's dumb, it's whatever. I have actually found that if you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, you suck, you're not gonna be successful, whatever the case is, you should just die, you should jump off of a bridge, you should do whatever, no one loves you, you have no friends, your family doesn't love you. If you say that stuff, which, to be a little personal, I have said all that stuff my whole, throughout my life. And for the past handful of years, I've really turned that mindset around, and I've really been talking really, really positive into my life. And I have seen insane growth, not just in my personal life and not even just in my mindset, but when you get that negativity completely out of your brain, okay? Like I would say you suck. I would say you suck as motivation to myself in the mirror. Now, I didn't realize how much or how bad that was actually affecting me, right? But if you are positive instead of negative, right, you will see your life completely change, okay? So your mindset on how you look at yourself, your weight, your looks, your hair, the way you walk, the way anything, right? If you can get your mindset to go, man, I look good. Man, I'm a good business owner. Man, I'm stuck right now, but you know what? That's okay because I'm gonna get out of this. Like actually, I just listened to a podcast and they were talking about how essentially if you hit a ball, right? Or if you miss a ball, right? Like they're talking about sports or whatever. If you miss a shot, now what you have to do instantly is go, hey, that was just a shot, not a big deal. I'm going to hit the next one. But if you go, man, I suck. Man, I missed that shot. How dare I? I've been practicing for so long and I cannot believe I missed that. You suck, you suck, you suck. You are going to miss the next shot and miss the next shot and miss the next shot. So you have to turn that failure, right? And this is key right here. And this is very hard to do, but you have to turn that failure into a quick failure. Go, that sucked. I failed. Give yourself 5 seconds and go, doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter because there's a next one coming and I'm gonna win with that one. So you have to fail quickly. So with your mindset, you have to realize and understand that failure is good and it is okay to fail. I'm working on a whole freaking video about this right now. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in this. It is okay to fail, okay? But I'm going to fail quickly because that is actually how you learn, okay? So mindset, really focus it on your mindset and really try and get you to start thinking positive and start seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, as whatever old people would say, right? So if you can really start focusing on the positive, I have an amazing business. I'm an amazing business owner. My spouse encourages me and loves me. My kids look at me like whatever, right? If you could start getting into all of those positives and get out of the mindset, get out of the victim mentality, not out of the mindset, but get out of the victim mentality, get out of the woe is me, and really go, I'm gonna be successful, especially coming into 2026. I'm gonna be successful. People want my product, right? And start speaking positive into your life. You will see crazy growth. Oh, and I just completely freaking forgot this, but the main bullet point on refocusing your mindset is, why did you get into this in the first place? Why did you start a business? Why did you make this product, right? Why are you wanting to help people? Again, because if you make a good product, I don't know why I'm holding up a lens, body cap essentially, but if you make a really good product, it should help people. It should bring value to people. This covers the dust on my lens or my body, right? Actually, it's my lens, right? If you make a really good product, people will see value in it and people will buy it, right? So why do you want to make this product? Why are you showing up at your shop at 6 a.m, 4 a.m, or not leaving until 2, in the morning, or whatever the case is? Why are you doing these things? Is it just because you love money? Is it because you want to make a difference in your community? Why is this? Now, I always go, my heart, right? I cannot just do this for money. I can't. I've done it before. It's left bad taste in my mouth. I physically can't do it as a person, as a believer, as someone who loves helping people, right? So I don't think you should probably do that. Yes, money is good. Making a lot of money is awesome, but you should be doing this for more of a calling, right? So again, figure out your why. And honestly, your why is your own story. Well, I'm doing this because, again, I'll just tell you mine. Me, 10 years ago, had no idea what I was doing. I was a creative. I did not want to fit in. I wanted to wear things that, essentially I couldn't wear in a normal workplace. I wanted to not cut my hair, but I also wanted to make money at doing something I freaking love. So 10 years, right now, 10 years in the future, whatever the case is, I am now helping people do that. And so that is my why to keep on going, because I want to help you, or essentially I want to help me 10 years ago, and that's hopefully you guys, right? So that is my why, and that's what keeps me going and doing these YouTube videos and posting content and coaching and doing all that stuff. That is my why. So figure out your why and you will, again, just propel yourself crazy forward. Okay, so the very second thing is find out exactly who you're talking to. Okay, so this is ideal client. So this is a very, very known thing. It's something I preach a lot because when I had the Den, right? The Den was my music venue. I hyper focused on my ideal client. Essentially, if you were a kid, like 16 to 18, and you loved metal or hip hop or essentially loud music, right? Anything loud, so not jazz, not country, not any of that crud, loud music, and you lived in my town and you dressed a little different, right? But you loved black and you loved whatever, and you loved loud music and skateboarding, then that was the person that was going to come to the Den. And by hyper focusing on that person, that it's crazy to even think about. That is what actually got me the collaboration with Vans. Yes, you heard me right, Vans, the shoe company. I will show you in B-roll. I had a collaboration with Vans with a bunch of shoes and then a shirt as well, okay? And again, this is in a little old town in Arizona with not that many people, and the only reason why, again, we got that collaboration was because Vans saw the connection of the ideal client and wanted to collaborate because they thought it was gonna be a really, really good fit. Like, I'll never forget when I sent off my logo to the design guy, I think it was like 2 or 3 minutes I got an email back. And he was like, this was the easiest collab design I've ever done. It's just because our logos just meshed really well. And he just had a bunch of positive things to say about what we were doing and the logo and the meaning behind it and everything. And seriously, like, again, you'll see it on the shirt or whatever, but he made that logo within 2 or 3 minutes, if not less, because he had to upload it and then send me the email back. So hyper focusing on my ideal client, and I had a cool name for him and everything like that. That is what got me the collab with Vans. That is also what caused me, it was just crazy, to send hoodies and freaking shoes and sticker packs and all these different merch items all around the world. And when I say all around the world, I mean all around the world. Like, we were sending stuff to the UK, to Australia, gosh, freaking, that's the only ones I can think of right now. But we were sending them everywhere, not only just the United States, like Washington, DC and Washington State and Florida and like everywhere. We were sending stuff everywhere. And again, we were a little old music venue that opened up during COVID that didn't play a single show yet, okay? We didn't actually sell a single ticket when we got to collab with Vans and when we started selling merch. We were selling the vision. We were telling people the why. We were telling people the story. We were telling people my story, and people connected with it, connected with the brand, right? And then started to buy our merch, started to buy our apparel. And who were those people? Those people were our ideal client, okay? So I was speaking directly to our ideal client, and then our people, the people that best fit that ideal client, right, started buying our merch. And when I say, like, make an ideal client, whatever the case is, I'm talking about going crazy in depth, okay? How old are they? What are their names? Where do they eat? What style of music do they listen to? And oh, Steven, I don't own a music venue. No, I don't care. What style of music do they listen to? So essentially, if you take a step back and you go, what are the things that I like? What makes me up as a person, right? I love this freaking crew neck I just got from my homies at Sunthorn. We just went on a 3-day run with my band Norwal. And I freaking love this hoodie. And what drew me to this hoodie? It was, a crew neck, right? It was a really good brand. It's embroidered. I freaking love an embroidered hoodie or crew neck, right? And it was soft and it actually fit me really freaking well. And it was a good price, right? So that drew me to now buy that hoodie. Or buy this crew neck, right? You know, it was the color, it was the style of music they played, it was all those things wrapped into one thing that made me want to buy this one piece of garment, right? It wasn't that it was the color, it wasn't that it was embroidered, it was all 5 or 6 things. So what do I mean by all this, right? So me as a person, I am built up of a number of different things. From the clothes that I wear, the hats that I buy, right? Got this new hat, thing's freaking sick. From the water bottle that I drink, from the car that I drive, to what computer I like, the music I listen to, the shoes that I wear, I only wear Vans, right? And so on. So if all these things are what makes me up as a person, then your ideal client should have more than just a name, right? Again, what's their name? What's their age? What shoes do they wear? What's their favorite color? What style of music do they listen to? Something that I've done recently, and I've been really helping out a lot of people with this, and actually is my wife's idea, is make a mood board. Get on Pinterest, start saving freaking photos, pull it into Canva, pull it into Illustrator or Photoshop, and start making a board of who your person actually is. And then again, the more you can visualize, the more you can go, hey, I know who this person is so well because I've done my research that I know that any type of piece of content that I make is going to talk directly to them. That any type of product that I make, this is crazy important because people just make product, they don't think about anything, right? They don't think about their person. Any type of product I make, they're gonna freaking buy because it's directly towards that person, right? And so on. If I hold an event, if I make a new logo, if I design a sticker, if I don't know, come out with a phone case, it's gonna directly talk to them, right? And then specifically, right, if you make a long form piece of content, or if you go into marketing, or if you freaking rent a billboard, or whatever the case is, you're gonna know without a doubt that you're gonna have ROI, so return on your investment, right? Almost instantly, because you know who you're talking to because the clarity is there. So the first point was all about mindset, clearing up your mindset, right? I don't know why I did that, clearing up your mindset, right? The second point is clearing up who you're talking to. So when you're stuck, you are stuck, and you're in the mud and you're in the muck and you're trying to figure out life, but all you have to do is clear up your vision, right? So who are you talking to, your mindset, your why, your ideal client. You have to clear up these things, and then you can really focus on pushing forward. So when you're stuck, you can't see, you need to clear your way and focus, okay? So the third and final bullet point is marketing like crazy, okay? So again, we just went through the first 2 points and we went, okay, we are now clear vision. We know who we're talking to. We know our mindset is good, right? We know all these things. Now we just need to not stop and tell people over and over and over again about you, about your company, and about the product that you are selling. And so this is crazy. I actually wrote this note down here. It says, whatever amount of posting you think is too much, double it. Okay, why do I say this? So the reason why I say this is because all it is just marketing. So what is marketing, okay? All marketing is getting in front of your ideal client as much as possible. Why does Honda still run ads? Why does, Mac, right? Why do they run ads? Why are they posting content? Freaking, I don't know, Apple's like a multi-billion-dollar company by now, right? They don't need to post ads, but they do. They don't need to make content, but they do. Vans doesn't need to make content. Why are they spending crazy amounts of money on campaigns, in the desert with, is it Kieran, I wanna say? They just had this crazy promo thing for his new shoe, and they spent a lot of money. Why are they doing this? Because it's insanely important to showcase, again, who you are, your why are you doing this, your story, and then the product that you offer consistently. So if you can consistently post once every other day, do every single day. If you can do once a day, do twice a day. And I'm talking about on Instagram or vertical platforms like TikTok or Facebook, stuff like that. When you're talking YouTube, I don't know, I'm probably not gonna tell you my goal for YouTube, but I gave myself a crazy goal, a goal that makes me go, crap, I probably can't hang out with my friends that much. I probably, really need to focus on probably doing on nights and stuff like that, like just recording more at night when my kids go to bed and stuff like that, because I made myself a crazy goal because I value being in front of people. So if you can be in front of your ideal client as much as possible, if you can gain them value, so give them value with your content, and then you have an awesome product, you will make so much money. And again, doing all this boldly, right? You have a clear vision, you have a clear mindset, you're talking to your exact person, and then you have something that's going to literally change their life. And if your product, and I don't really talk about product that much, I probably should on this channel, but if your product doesn't change their life, then you should rethink your product, right? Because if you can't add value, if you can't fulfill a need, if you can't whatever, right? You actually don't have a good product. Okay, so, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes a couple tries or a couple different reiterations or whatever, to find a good product. So once you have a clear mindset, once you have a clear who you're talking to, then you need to produce an insane amount of content, photos, video, carousels, things like that, stories. I have a bunch of other cool ideas with that. I'll make a whole video about this. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. But there's a bunch of really cool things with marketing you can do. But again, if you don't have a clear mindset and if you don't clearly know who you're talking to, your marketing, your posting, your things like that, your products will just fall through the cracks. And that flipping sucks. I've been there too many times. And once I figured out my mindset and especially who I was talking to, and then I made content, let's just talk about the den with Vans and all that stuff. Once I knew all those things and I made content, then the floodgates happened, and it was freaking crazy. It was crazy to be a part of it, and it was crazy to watch. I'll never forget, I made this video, right? Vans was going, hey, if you want to collaborate with us, collaborate with us. So I made this video, and it was kind of something like this, whatever background, one camera, just talking to them. And I was so bummed because I just knew in the back of my head that they were going to say no. It's Vans. Why would they collab with someone in little old Prescott, Arizona with a nothing, following? We did not have a huge following on Instagram, and we weren't even open. We weren't even open. Why would they collaborate with us? And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I actually, in the back of my head, I don't think this is going to work, but I actually trust the process, and I know that I have the ability to talk to my ideal client, to have an awesome mindset. So I'm gonna think positive during this video to Vans that I sent to Vans. And then I'm just gonna tell them my heart, and tell them why we're doing this, why we're opening, and just hope and pray. No joke, a week and a half later, this lady calls me and she goes, hi, this is, I think Ashley, I forget her name. It was a while ago. Hey, this is Ashley from Vans. And I was like, what do you mean Vans? She's like, Vans, like the shoe company. I'm like, okay, I understand that, but what do you mean Vans? I was so I didn't understand why she was calling me. I assumed, but I was like, well, why? Why are you calling me, right? So it was crazy. But again, it was because I flipped my mindset switch, started thinking positive for that video at least, and then there's my dog, and then got way more positive after that, right? And then I specifically knew who we were talking to, our deal client, and then our why. So with that being said, if you do those three things, you will be successful, you will get unstuck, and I promise you this will work. So hopefully this helps, and hopefully you have a freaking, big old piece of paper full of notes, and you guys have to do this, okay? Now, to kind of transition into having to do this and consistency and staying consistent and being around people that essentially are rooting for you. A lot of you guys out there that I talk to online, they don't have a community. You guys don't have a mom and dad or a spouse or stuff like that encourages you, and it really breaks my heart. Or friends, they get what you're trying to do. A lot of people who are employees don't understand why entrepreneurs do these things, and that is okay. So I built the social club. So the social club, literally, it's Dork Social Club, right? When I started Dork, I named it Social Club, so Dork Social Club, because of this idea. And I was gonna charge for it, and I had plenty of people tell me I need to charge at least $300 a month for this, and I just said no. I said no, I am going to build a community. I am going to build a community of like-minded people, and for free. And again, what is my vision? What is my why I'm doing this? I'm sorry, what is my mission? What is my why? I'm doing this to help out me 10 years ago. 10 years ago, me could not afford $300 a month. There's no way. And so essentially my goal with the social club is to get you so you can afford $300 a month, and I can offer you something like that in the near future, right? But with this, the social club, it is a group of people, right? And depending on when you join, because it's brand new, it'll either be a small group of people or hopefully a lot of people by the time you join. But it is a group of people who are trying to do the same thing you're doing and trying to do it by building a bold business, by doing something that stands out, okay? So this is a place where you can talk about social stuff. You can talk about your marketing campaigns. You can talk about, hey, I'm having a really hard time with my posting stuff, or can you guys help me out with my ideal clients? And this is just this is just a community where you can bounce ideas off of each other. I'll be in there as much as I possibly can. But again, the whole point is that you're building friendship. You are building, these relationships with people that are trying to do the same exact thing that you're trying to do, and that you are all growing substantially. You are all taking step by step, right? There's a bunch of cool things in there. Like, for instance, I'm going to do unedited videos, kind of like this, but just dry on the no music, nothing like that. Just my thoughts to encourage you, to help you out. There is going to be challenges, right? So you sign up for this challenge. It's a 6-week thing, blah, 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 blah. It helps you with marketing, or helps you with your ideal client, or building a bold whatever, right? Again, this is all free. There is a Notion template in there, which I freaking love, and I made a couple videos about it. So if you're not too sure, just go join the community and then download it for free. There's a couple courses that I actually decided to, essentially not charge for and just put in there. Actually, there's one all about mindset that I charged quite a bit of money for, that I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm making this free and I'm gonna put it in there, and it will help you get out of stuff like this, right? And so what I'm trying to say is, go join this community. Go be a part of this community, really dig into this community and put a lot of effort in this community, because the more you put in, the more you'll get out of it, the more people you'll help in there, the more people that'll help you in there, and then the faster you'll grow your business. I have found that the more that I'm around people that are like-minded, that are trying to do the same thing that I'm doing, I actually grow crazy, crazy fast. So again, this is why I put this in my name. This is why I'm charging nothing for this, is because I truly want to add value and I truly want to help you all out. So everything is down below. And again, it's a free community with a bunch of other free things inside that community as well. So go check it out. Let me know if you have any questions at all. And I just love you guys. I love you, dorks. Love you, dorks. And I'm doing this to truly help you guys out. So let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I'll talk to you all very, very, very soon.